grader now that are legally blind. They walk with canes, and we have a Braille typewriter in house. We have a lot of Braille stuff in house now again.
Which it's kind of interesting for the small building, the having two of them, because I mean in my 24 years in the Sioux schools, I've not had any that have been that visually impaired. I've had other impairments, but not any of the visual impairments that are that extreme. So it's kind of interesting that you have two at the same time in your small building.
Well, Tyra's been here. Tyra, the one that's in the 6th grade, she's been here for about 3.5 years, but the new one, I can't remember her surname, Michaela, I think. She just came this year in the 3rd grade. And we have also in the same room, we have a Spanish-speaking girl that can't speak any English.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow.
That's really diverse for that, you know, this area.
I don't know if that would be amazing. I don't know how we would even try to teach.
I know.
I don't know how I would do it. I don't know.
Well, one thing that, I'll just mention this, one thing that I've done with children, like at our level, when a lot of the children start being able to read, to like take math tests, or, you know, usually I'm thinking about math. A lot of times the children with the disabilities can do math better than a lot of the other, well, the same for science and social studies, they might understand it too. So a lot of times what I'll do is, if it's with math, I read them the question and then they work the math, or if it's with science and social studies, I'll ask them, tell me what you understand about, you know, the phases of the moon or whatever you're discussing, and they can tell. You can tell whether they understand it or not a lot of times. Just because they can't write it down, you know, that doesn't mean they don't understand it always.
Yeah, I can imagine. Gosh, you know, I wouldn't. It makes you wonder how they got there in the first. Probably just reading. Do you think mostly?
A lot of time. I mean, the ones I'm thinking about right now.
What I have found through the years is that it's usually a reading. It's either a language arts based issue, or it's a math and just the fundamentals of math. They're either strong in one area and super weak in the other area, or flip-flopped. And it's really interesting because the ones that it's pretty rare that it's across the board. If it's across the board, there's a whole different issue going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really interesting to see that they do have the strengths in some areas, but they're weak in the other.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm just curious how they start the learning process. You know.
Oh, we got an echo. I'm not talking. That's an echo.
I heard Maya again.
It's really interesting because the ones that I just wanted to reiterate that a couple times, I guess.
Thank you.
It is really interesting to see that they do have the strengths in some areas.
Oh no.
We're back to looping.
Yeah, that is. I'm just curious how they start.
Will it stop? That's the question.
I'm not talking. That's an echo.
I wonder what started that.
I have no idea.
I might shut off some of my windows. I don't know.
That's what I'm checking right now to see what I have open.
Interesting to
See if I can get it to stop.
Oh no.
If I stop talking, I won't echo.
I'm just curious how they start.
That's enough, Maya. No more. All done. All done.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if I should talk or not. But I was thinking, you know, at our early level like this, like kindergarten and 1st grade, there's nothing in place really to help the children, so you have to go with what you have. Yeah, I mean, like yourself, for example.
Well, and a lot of kids aren't identified unless they have an extreme, you know, issue going on. So we're kind of where we have to, you know, document and keep track of all of that and try all the interventions and things and then get the ball rolling on it. So.
And Jamie, that's true. All of that documentation and things like that really make it challenging to get the students the services they need in a timely manner.
Because they won't even meet with you unless you have, you know, so much documentation and you've tried everything that's possible. Then they're ready to move on. So they might lose a lot of time, like you said, you know, going through the steps to get them help.
I think that education kind of shifts and changes, and I think this is a wrong direction. That's my personal opinion on this, because it's doing a disservice to those students at this time.
You almost have to let them fail before they can get any sort of help.
This is what I worry about, that they're going to start feeling frustrated and unhappy. Like, usually it seems like they're so excited to come to school and they love school and they don't want to miss. But here, how can they, eventually they're going to start realizing that they can't do it. I don't know.
I think that
frustrating.
I would agree.
That's my personal opinion on this.
At least I feel lucky in first grade at our school. Well, in the Sioux schools, we have reading recovery, and I feel like a lot of kids get that help. And if that's not working, then that's, you know, a good indicator that something else is going on. So I feel fortunate that we have that.
Yes, and that is a good program for intervention identification.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this next, I know module 7 is all about assessment.
Not hearing you, Shawn.
Can you hear me or no?
Now we hear you again.
Okay. This module is more about assessment. I know I kind of
We lost you again. We can get about 4 or 5 words, and then all of a sudden you fade out.
Yep, I'm wondering what is going on, but I was going to talk about different tools for assessment. I use Skyward. But I would ask just to maybe share what are some of the, you hear me or no? Or not online. What technology do you use currently with assessments? I know I use Skyward and I build assessments there. I use.
We get about 4 or 5 words, and then all of a sudden you fade out.
Yeah, this connects as well. And I know we're getting a lot of feedback now. And I use the IWA test and we pilot smarter balance every year. But what are some other things that you guys are using currently? For assessment purposes. Technology is currently with assessments. So I use Skyward and I build assessments there.
You okay?
Should I restart that?
I don't think we should continue it. There's so many conversations and overlaps. I wasn't able to pick up a thing.
I will. I'll send another invite now.
All right. So we'll go ahead and log out of this and restart then.
Yeah.